Welcome to Underscore, NCPR's regional music project and podcast. I'm Doyle Dean. In August of 2020, I spoke with Tim Ellifritz, owner and operator of 10 Elephants Studios. He's a musician and producer in Johnsburg, New York. He came up with some interesting innovations to get himself through the pandemic. Here's Tim Ellifritz on Underscore.
I'm Tim Ellifritz. I'm a music producer, a musician, and a recording engineer in my own studio, 10 Elephants Studios, down here in Johnsburg, New York.
How has COVID-19 affected the way that you're able to do your business?
It has extremely impacted it. I set out to run a studio and do music as a full-time thing last September, almost a year ago. I left a job that I worked at for over 30 years. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I said, well, I'm going to give this a try, at least for as long as I can. And I did guitar lessons. I was working in 6 different acts that I was booking, anywhere from 2-piece duos to 5-piece bands. Starting to make a way at it, starting to record, and I set out to finish recording my own album over the winter. So I got all these gears going, all these parts turning. Then came coronavirus and March, and everything went flat. So I finished recording my album. What can you do? What can I do? Well, I can record all this stuff that I wanted to finish, that I set out 5 years ago to do. It takes a long time. I noticed that people are starting to do things, live streams online, so I started going down the route of video. So now I have incorporated video into my studio also. You know, in the studio we used to come in and everybody would go in one room, and then all your amplifiers would be in other rooms. Like my bottom floor has lots of rooms in it, so we'd have one big rehearsal room, and the drums are in there, and everybody stands in there, and they wear your headsets, and you listen to everything through your headsets, but you keep all your instrument amplifiers out in other rooms for isolation for recording, you know, the way you do it. Well, we turned that into isolation rooms for people. So now I have 4 isolation rooms in my basement, each with a camera, HD camera, and everything comes upstairs to me. I'm up in the control room on the top floor of my house. Everybody else is downstairs. People can come in, they don't have to come into my house. Everybody that has to be near each other wears your mask, take all the proper precautions, and they can play that way. So I've done some recordings that way, and I've done some live streams for people that way that couldn't have the events that they wanted to do. They've come here, and I've streamed their presentation out to their audience.
So it sounds like you found a way to make it work.
Yeah, I'm making it. I'm trying.
Tell me what it's like to be behind the board when a band is working and everything's kind of flowing, and what's that like for you?
Capital F-U-N. I love it. It's awesome. I get charged out of it to sit here and get everything just right and have them do a good performance and capture that and give them a good product and then share it with them, give it back to them. It's a blast. I love it.
That was musician and producer Tim Ellifritz of 10 Elephants Studios in Johnsburg, New York, part of our Underscore project. Here at North Country Public Radio, we've been using music by regional artists during our news programs, and you can learn more about them at ncpr.org/underscore. And just a reminder that NCPR is listener supported. We welcome your contribution to the station at ncpr.org/give. And thank you. For Underscore on North Country Public Radio, this is Doyle Dean.